there's no doubt there's a push for these things. It's widely admitted. I'm not making nothing up. I don't have to make nothing up. It would be stupid to try to make something up because it's all widely admitted anyway, right? And not by tinfoil hat wearing people, right? I'm not pulling these clips from tinfoil hat wearing sites. I'm pulling these clips from their own websites. And so they're widely admitting these things.
I once was lost, oh, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Welcome to Built on Faith Homestead or Leaving Egypt, depending on which video platform you're watching this on. My name is Justin. I live with my wife, Melissa. We live in a tiny home, and we just do the best we can to serve the Lord and live a self-sustainable life, and part of that is doing these videos. If you don't already, I would encourage you to check us out on Rumble. It is our backup plan, and also check out my wife's channel called Modest Mom. We'll put the links for that all down below, along with the links to the sources I'm going to use in this video. In today's video, we are going to talk about you being turned into a piece of technology. Now, that sounds a little tinfoil hattish, and I get it, but just bear with me, and I'll show you this is not just a tinfoil hat idea. So here is a CEO addressing people at the, I think it's the G6, if I'm remembering right, G6 Summit.
So around 2030, I would say that by then, definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our body. Definitely the smartphone as we know it today will not anymore be the usual, kind of the most common interface. Wow. Many of these things will be built directly into our body.
So after watching that video, you understand that this guy believes that in somewhere around 2030 or so, potentially, that cell phones will be obsolete and the technology will be inside of you. He didn't say glasses. He didn't say in your glasses. He didn't say, it'll just be like a hologram in front of you. He said the technology will be inside of you. Whew. Market of the beastie enough for you? Going forward, it's not just this guy, right? Bill Gates has also said this, and we'll show you these clips here. These are not audio clips. These are just screenshots.
Here we have Bill Gates stating that phones will be replaced by electronic tattoos, and he invested in Chaotic Moon company that is trying to develop this.
Bill Gates seems to also think that technology will be inside of you. You couple that with the idea of digital tattoos, which I'll show you some of the clips here from them, some screenshots of them.
Here from Rice University, we have an article stating that these digital tattoos will deliver the vaccine and leave something like a barcode behind. Near infrared fluorescent microparticles administered to the skin via dissolvable micro needle patches can record vaccine delivery. That doesn't sound odd at all. Then here in this article, they're talking about using that same technology to look at tumor imaging.
The idea behind the digital tattoo supposedly is that it will be able to keep your health records on you, your vaccine status, all of those things. And when you know that there is a push for digital health certificates.
Here we have a tweet from G20 India that says a universal verifier for vaccine certificate, which allows digital certificates of COVID-19 vaccine for international travelers to be read on other countries' systems, was also tested during the third discussion session of the meeting. #G20 Indonesia.
For when the next pandemic shows up, we'll be able to know who is sick, who is vaccinated, all of those kinds of things, so that we can potentially keep the economy going. All of that may sound, well, like, there's starting to be some pretty serious coincidences that are all lining up, but let's just keep thinking that this is all maybe just some tinfoil hat stuff somebody's made up. Let me show you this ID 2020 manifesto.
The first thing I want you to recognize is this photo was taken at the UN. That is the UN at the top of the photo. And this is the Alliance to Build ID 2020. Here is the manifesto. I went ahead and screenshotted all of the manifesto points 1 through 10. However, I would encourage you just to go look at id2020.org, spend some time, look at the About section, look at the manifesto, look at what they are trying to do, not just in third world countries, but all around the world. I encourage you, please put in the time and effort. It will not take you more than about 30 or 45 minutes tops, and that's if you're very thorough in what you are looking at. But basically in this manifesto, what they are saying is there is a need for a worldwide digital ID for everybody's well-being, for their banking, for their health, for in case they have to escape their country, and all of those sort of things.
So as part of that manifesto, what you're going to see if you read carefully is that this digital ID that some of these same players that are talking about digital tattoos and technology being inside of you, those same players are saying, hey, we need to have a digital ID for people like refugees who flee a country so that they can all be tied back to the banking system and the health system. Now, if that's the case, what they're saying here is it needs to not just be like a state-run thing, meaning your local government, right? Whether it be like the United States or pick a local government. It seems to be more so a world government leading these things. And let me show you why I say that, and let me highlight it.
Here they say, while we support efforts to expand access to national ID programs, we believe it's imperative to complement such efforts by providing an alternative to individuals lacking safe and reliable access to state-based systems.
It seems to me like that only works if there's a World Bank, and that only works if there's a World Health System. I don't know, like the WHO. Maybe the UN as the global government, even though we all know from the fact check on my last video that the New World Order / globalist push isn't really a real thing, but it's a real thing, but it's not a real thing, but it is a real thing if you read carefully. That's what you're going to find. It's hilarious. So it seems to me like there is a push to turn you into a piece of technology, and it's going to be sold on the bill of convenience and health and all of those kinds of things, right? You have to have this nanotech running through your body so that we can run all of your diagnostics on you right quick, fast, and in a hurry. We'll know if you're having heart trouble. We'll know if you're having, your gallbladder's messed up. We'll know if your pulse is okay, if your blood pressure's too high. We'll know if you have a fever. And by the way, if you have a fever, then maybe you don't need to leave your house. And if you can't leave your house, then you're kind of stuck there because, it's unsafe for you to leave your house because you potentially have a fever. And not only that, then if it just seems like a hop, skip, and a jump to me to then apply that to your financials, right? To say, okay, well, now your bank account and all your account information, and we got to get rid of cash, and we got to get rid of all these other forms of commerce and just have you become the form that we is used. Now, the inspiration behind making this video originally was somebody asked me if I had read about the Whole Foods in New York where you could pay with your palm, right? Swipe your palm and pay. And I was like, no, I haven't heard of that. That's interesting. Let me go look at it. And
this was just the very first one that come up on Google when I looked up the Whole Foods store in New York that was fully automated. And the reporter says she was asked if she would like to pay with her palm, and she was given the option to play with a QR code in her Amazon app, and she said, let's pay with the palm.
When I went and looked at it, that's what brought to all of this stuff to my mind and had me to thinking, how close are we truly to the mark of the beast being developed? You see, the mark of the beast seems to me to be a physical thing, a mark, if you will, that is used in an idea of convenience as far as being able to buy or sell, right? And you got to have it in order to buy or sell. You can't buy or sell at all without having it, and if you don't take it, you'll be killed, right? It seems to me like these digital tattoos, these ID 2020s, the technology will be inside of you. Cell phones will be obsolete. Nanotech running through your body to check your health system as you go. That all seems to me to be pointing towards that direction. Now, here's something I want to say, and I'll try to finish this video quick, fast, and in a hurry. There's no doubt there's a push for these things. It's widely admitted. I'm not making nothing up. I don't have to make nothing up. It would be stupid to try to make something up because it's all widely admitted anyway, right? And not by tinfoil hat wearing people, right? I'm not pulling these clips from tinfoil hat wearing sites. I'm pulling these clips from their own websites. And so they're widely admitting these things. And if you're not a Christian, if you're not a child of God, and you look at it and you go, why in the world would they want to turn me into a piece of technology? Why in the world would they want to have nanotech running through my veins? Why in the world would I want to become my cell phone? Why in the world would I want to have my health records running through my veins all of the time? Why would they want to do that? Maybe there's part of that sounds good, but maybe there's part of me that questions some of that. And if you're watching this and you're not a Christian, I want to tell you the reason why is because we are pushing towards the last, if you will, of the last days, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And these things are being implemented to facilitate the mark of the beast and the Antichrist and the government that will be in place then. And you will either serve and worship that government or you'll be killed for it. Or at least at a minimum, on the run. The Bible is really clear. There are believers still alive whenever Jesus returns. However, it sounds to me like they're going to have a really rough time. And my whole point of making this video is hoping that you will see the push for these things and begin to understand the truthfulness, the realness of Scripture, and see that God is trying to warn you. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.